comes to my mind when I think of animals on farms is one of my favorite movies as a kid when I was growing up, Charlotte's Web. I remember Wilbur frolicking around in the wide and open spaces on the farm that he lived on and loving his cute little life. This movie was fictional for many reasons. Obviously, pigs can't talk in the everyday vernacular that we do, but the way in which these animals were treated in the movie was anything but real. In fact, according to the Huffington Post article entitled "It's Time to End Factory Farming," published in October of 2011, the lifestyle portrayed in Charlotte's Web only applies to about 5% of all hog-producing farms in the United States. As a huge animal lover myself, I can tell you that I had a really hard time writing this and contemplated switching topics because of how horrific this issue is. In the preceding speech, I will outline the major issues pertinent to the outlandish treatment of pigs on farms in hopes I can educate and persuade you to recognize and take action against factory farm production. First, we will analyze the way in which pigs are treated on factory farms. Second, we will examine some of the current legislation pertaining to farm animal rights. And finally, we will review possible alternative actions that we can take to promote change. After extensive research into the life of a pig living on a factory farm, it became evident that the conditions in which they live in are anything but humane. For instance, major pork-producing companies employ the use of factory farms because of the fact that mass production is easily attainable. However, these companies take the efficiency level way too far and forget about the rightful treatment that these animals deserve. In accordance with the online article, Pork Production on Factory Farms, published by Farm Sanctuary in June of 2015, the majority of breeding sows spend nearly the entirety of each pregnancy confined to a gestation crate, which is only slightly larger than their body, making it impossible for them to lie down or even turn around. Additionally, the process in which these pigs are slaughtered is even worse. In Oklahoma, at a Hormel factory farm, a hidden camera was placed in the facility. The images that this video captured were gut-wrenching. An online article entitled "Hidden Camera Video Shows Graphic Animal Abuse at Pig Farm," published on January 31st of 2017, the New York Post's staff reporter reviews the incidents captured in this film. They write, "The hidden camera video shows workers ripping out piglets' testicles and slicing off their tails without any pain relief, leaving them to languish from untreated injuries and illnesses." A horrific image, I know. So what kind of rules and regulations has the government implemented against this mistreatment of farm animals? The issue pertaining to the rights of animals on farms is that of extreme complexity. Because of the fact it is so controversial, the federal government has implemented a program that covers a few specific, somewhat universally agreeable points concerning the treatment of animals. The U.S. Animal Welfare Act was introduced to the agricultural industry in order to regulate and ensure proper treatment of animals. Michigan State University's Law Journal displays a summary of the Human Methods of Slaughter Act, or the HMSA. The journal states, "Livestock animals such as cattle, calves, horses, mules, sheep, swine, and goats must be rendered insensible to pain before being shackled, hoisted, thrown, cast, or cut." Now, it seems like this regulatory implication provides adequate protection to these animals. However, the aforestated journal elaborates on this subject further. It states, "Ultimately, it is difficult to judge how effective HMSA is at ensuring humane handling and slaughter due to a lack of enforcement and due to the fact that not all slaughterhouses are open to the general public. The lack of enforcement is a major issue in regulating humane animal rights. Now that we've viewed the legislation already implemented within the U.S., how can we as a society aid these animals in obtaining the rights that they deserve? After thorough examination of the treatment of animals within the farming industry, it is our job as a society to identify the problems and figure out solutions. So what little things can we do to promote change? In accordance with the online article, Government Regulation of Factory Farms, published by the National Humane Society of Education, among adopting a plant-based diet, there are other precautions you can take. The first, oppose legislation that aims to conceal evidence of animal abuse in factory farming operations. This is an easy way to aid in the process of eliminating the abuse found on these farms. Additionally, it is important to educate yourself on what exactly goes on within these farms. The previously stated article urges citizens to visit a farm sanctuary and get to know the different species of animals used in animal food production. I believe it is extremely important to be informed about the issue for you to truly understand the horrible implication pigs and other animals go through. So we've examined the horrific treatment that occurs on factory farms. We took a look at a regulation that is already in place and the lack of success it has on factory farm production, and we analyzed ways in which we can take action through legislative alterations and education. I hope I was able to shed light on such an important issue within our contemporary society and persuade you to at least think before you purchase products and support these facilities. Thank you.